Today I'm going to be going over fillet and chamfer. We'll be making this simple box with a lid and even customizing it with an SVG on top as well. Before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and go over the differences real fast. To do that, I have this little cube I made. One side has a fillet, the other has a chamfer. A fillet is basically a rounded edge using a radius. So if there's a circle right here, it would be the radius that is smoothing that edge out. A chamfer is the corner cut off at an angle. A fillet is used more for handhold and a better appearance, and it can also reduce stress concentrations in functional parts as well. And a chamfer is used more for easier assembly and putting parts together. So a good beginner rule of thumb that I have been following is fillet means appearance, chamfer means functional. They both are functional, but that is just a beginner rule of thumb. So you can go, okay, this needs a chamfer, this needs a fillet, and it's kind of more automatic that way. The more you learn, the more you'll be able to see the difference of what needs a fillet and what needs a chamfer. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll show you how I added fillets and chamfers to this box. Before we go ahead and create our sketch, I'm going to show you how to turn off that auto sketch function, or every time after you extrude the first time, it hides the sketch. Someone commented how to do that in my last video. So go over here to the top right hand corner, hit your profile, go to preferences, and you're going to want to hit the triangle on general, go to design, and it will be this auto hide sketch on feature creation, and it will be checked. So you want to uncheck it, hit apply, and then okay. Now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and go over here to create sketch. Hit that bottom plane, and I'm going to go ahead and use a center rectangle so I can make sure I have my Y and X axis as center points for when I go back and place the SVG on the lid. So I'm going to hit that center and do 75 by 100 and enter. Then I'm going to double click that line to select the whole thing, hit O for offset, arrow is pointing in. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 5mm wall and hit enter. And then I'm going to offset this one more time, but towards the outer wall so I can get the lip of the box for the lid. So double click that line again and hit O for offset, and arrow is pointing in. I want it to go out towards the wall. So I'm going to use a negative number, and I'm going to make the lip 2mm wide and hit OK. That's all we need for the sketch for now. We'll go back and edit it when it's time to make the lid so we can have the clearance we need to make sure the lid is not too tight and fits on there properly. So finish sketch. I'm going to go ahead and tilt my plane a little bit so I can see which way it extrudes. Click that center plane, hit E for extrude, and do this 5mm so it's the same width as the walls, and hit enter. And then we're going to do the lip next, which is this inner rectangle. E for extrude. And I'm going to do this 55mm high. Make sure the operation says join. Hit OK. And then do this last outer rectangle for the outer wall. E for extrude. And I'm going to do this 5mm less than what the lip is. So we're going to do 50. Make sure it says join again. Hit OK. Then I'm going to go over here to bodies and go ahead and rename this to box because we will have two separate bodies on here for the box and the lid. Next, I'm going to go ahead and create that clearance for the lid. So turn off box, click that down arrow for sketches, right click on sketch 1, edit sketch. Then I can create that clearance by double clicking this line, hitting O for offset, and the arrow is pointing in again, so I want it to go out towards the outer wall. So I'm going to use a negative number and do negative, do a 0.2 clearance, and hit OK. Finish sketch again. I'm going to tilt it again. Grab the outermost rectangle, E for extrude, and this time I'm going to do offset instead of profile plane and offset it to where it's sitting on top of the box at 50 millimeters. And distance, let's do 10. And hit enter. And now you've got your new body over here. I'm going to rename this to lid. Next, I'm going to show you a different way to add the inside, the top of the lid. So I'm going to hide that sketch because I am done with it. I feel like this is a shortcut to create the top of the lid instead of having to go in and make sure to grab all three of these little planes. So make sure it connects to the outer part of the lid. So turn that off. Go up here to where it says solid surface mesh sheet metal. Hit surface, and we're going to create a patch. To do that, click on patch, and you will click all 4 of these inner edges, and it creates a patch. Hit OK. Now this is not a printable area. It's just essentially it is a patch, but it will not print because it has no thickness to it. To add thickness, we go over to create and thicken, hit that patch, and I do want it at 5 millimeters, so I'm going to leave it at that. And then you go over here to where it says operation, make sure it says join so your lid is one piece, and hit OK. And now you have a solid lid. So let's go ahead and start adding the fillets and chamfers to the lid, and then we'll go back through and add it to the box as well. So go back to solid. We're going to hit that top plane, and you can fillet and chamfer multiple edges at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and do all the outer edges first. So click that top plane, and that grabs all 4 of these edges for you, so you don't have to click each one. Hold shift and hit all 4 of these edges as well. Show shift as you click on each one. And then you can go up here to modify, and you can click fillet here or that down arrow, or you can just hit F on your keyboard. I'm going to do a 2 millimeter fillet and hit OK. And then let's add the fillets to the inside as well. So I'm going to grab that plane there. Zoom out. Okay, where am I? Sometimes I get lost. It's fine. So grab that back plane and grab all the edges. And fillet. And I'm going to do 2 millimeters there as well. And you can see like you can have consistent type, chord length, and asymmetric. I always keep it on consistent. That is that radius. That if it was like one single circle. And then corner type, you can do rolling ball or setback. I typically keep it on rolling ball. I feel like it's pretty standard. And hit OK. Next, we'll add the chamfer to this inner edge of the lid. Now, I won't click this edge right here because it will grab both sides. And I do want to chamfer on this side, but I don't want it to be the same size as this one. This one I want 1 millimeter. This one I want 0.5 millimeter. So to do this, we will grab all these inner edges first. Click on one, hold shift, click the rest. And then go up here to modify, and mine is right here. And 1 millimeter. Hit OK. And now I'm going to grab this outer edge, hold shift, and hit all those edges. And you're going to want to make sure to grab these little edges where the fillets are because it adds an extra little line. If you don't click those, they won't get the chamfer. Modify and chamfer again and do 0.5. And that's just to cut off that sharp edge. So we don't have a sharp edge when we are holding it, but a fillet isn't really a good thing for right there. So we'll use the chamfer. So now that the lid's done, we're going to turn off the lid, get the box out, and do the same thing, adding the fillets and chamfers. Bottom edge or bottom plane, it grabs all 4 of those edges for you. Grab these top edges, corners, and then grab around here as well. And last one. Nope, one more. There it is. And then I'm going to go ahead. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do the inner side as well. And I accidentally forgot to hold down shift, so it clicked off all of them. It's fine. So go around all those. And then go inside and get those as well. That way you're just doing these all at once. Okay, they're all selected. So F for fillet and 2. Hit OK. Next, we're going to do, oh, I forgot these right here. So we're going to go ahead and grab those real fast. For fillet, 2, enter. Now we'll go ahead and add our chamfer to this outer edge. And you want to make sure you grab those small lines again as well. And modify chamfer and 1. And okay, and this outer edge on the box, we'll do a half as well, like we did the lid. Okay, and modify chamfer 0.5. Enter. Next, we're going to bring back the lid and double check to make sure everything fits together. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go up here to inspect and hit section analysis. If your section analysis isn't at the top like mine, go to the down arrow and it's down towards the bottom. Then we can hit this outer side and cut in. And essentially it makes it look like you're cutting it in half, but you're not. So hit OK. And bring it around. I'm going to hit the plane on my little cube in the top so I can see better. And it looks like I do have a little bit of an overlap right here. So we're going to go ahead and fix that real fast. And to do that, we're going to go over here to our little panel that is showing pretty much everything we did as we did it. So I'm going to go to the extrude that I did for the lid, which is this last extrude before I did the patch. And you can see it highlighted that area for me. I'm going to right click on that and hit edit feature. And let's go ahead and raise it 2 millimeters. So let's raise it from 10 millimeters to 12 millimeters. And hit OK. And now you can see it's no longer overlapped. And it looks like it will fit together nicely. And you can turn off section analysis by going over here. And it's on the side right above bodies for me. It could be anywhere on here, but you just hit that eyeball and it brings back your entire box. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and customize it with that SVG. To do that, we add a new sketch to the top of the lid. And then we go over here to insert SVG, insert from my computer, and grab the dice one that I'm using. And then to move the SVG in place, you just take this little box, move it around. To scale it, this little arch. So we're going to scale it down quite a bit and try to center it as much as possible. And this is why I did that center rectangle, to make sure I had my center, my X and Y axis were my center point, so I could see exactly where I could center this. Let's scale it down just a smidge. Oops. Okay, a little bit more. Oops, too much. We'll do that. And just try to center it as best you can. I'd say that's pretty darn close. And hit OK. And now it's basically just a new sketch. So finish sketch. Go to create, emboss, and then select all your planes. So select one, hold down shift, and select the rest of them, depending on how many you have. And then, okay. And then select my face, select that top plane. And then I do want it to be a depth of 1 millimeter. And I do want it to be a deboss instead of emboss. That way it looks like it's engraved into the lid. Then I'm going to hit OK. Let's hide that sketch. And you can see it does look like it's been engraved into the lid. And that's it. Last, we got to save it and take it to the slicer. Save. Box. Enter. Hide the box. Highlight the lid. Right click. Save as mesh. Double check settings. Okay. And this is the lid. Where I want to save it. Save. Hide the lid. Bring back the box. Highlight the box. Right click. Save as mesh. Double check your settings again and hit OK. And I'll just leave that as box and save. I went ahead and imported it into the slicer. Now I'm going to make the lid go face down. So click the lid, go up here to lay on face, hit that top one, and it should print right face down. And slice it and go. And here is your final box. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and comment whether you find yourself using chamfers more or fillets more. In the next video, I'm going to be going over patterns, and we will actually be adding a pattern to the pencil holder we made in video 1 of this series. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it. Thank you for watching. Bye.